How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. We are going to make a big, heavy sandbag today, and I just wanted to go through the steps with you guys so that you could do this on your own, if you want, right? We use it all the time for gut squats, deadlifts, shouldering, carries. Depending on the weight, you could press it, maybe do some ground to overhead. This one is going to be for Steve Lewis. He's requested one approximately 175 in weight, so we're going to be filling it up pretty heavy, but it's a good squat, deadlift, shoulder, carry weight for him. This is basically everything that you're going to need. So let's talk about it really quickly. You need, of course, the sandbag itself, the shell, as we'll call it. We need some demo bags. You can get these at Home Depot. I'm actually going to be using probably 2 or 3. We'll basically have a triple liner that then goes inside this shell, and then we will fill that entire thing with sand and some pea gravel. I'm going to make this approximately 180 for Lewis. So that's going to be 4 bags. So we're going to actually mix it up a little bit and do some sand and pea gravel, but you guys are welcome to do whatever you want. Other pieces that you guys are going to need: your basic lacrosse ball. You'll need a 2-inch metal ring. You can find these at Home Depot as well. You'll need some zip ties and some duct tape. So that's pretty much it. All right, y'all, so now we've got 3 bags. We've triple bagged it. Our next step is going to be to fill these bags with the material of your choice. Again, sand, pea gravel. By the way, I didn't show you guys the triple bagging and actually putting this in. You guys can probably figure that out for yourself, and it was fairly painful to watch. It's just kind of a lot of finagling, so I saved you some time there. But I'll start filling this up, and then we'll get back and we'll talk about how to seal this appropriately. When you guys get to your first bag of material, what I would recommend is actually just taking your sandbag itself, flipping it upside down over the bag that you're going to ultimately tip over. Make sure you've got all the parts and pieces. And then from there, you just pull the bag out. Give it a couple bounces. Pull all the liners straight. Shell straight. And now you're set, ready to go. All right, so we've got all of the material actually in the liner bags. I've folded down the shell to get better access to the liner bags here. Remember, there's 3 of these, so basically what we're going to do is bunch them up. I'm going to twist them and then use one of the zip ties to basically lock it in. I'll then duct tape around that, fold the ponytail, if you will, kind of down so that it's locked into place and it's not flopping around. There, we want this part of the sand or the liner bags to be compact and compressed so that that sand's not moving around too much. So twist it up, put a zip tie around the collar. I just duct taped up here just to kind of keep it a little tidier. And then make sure that you duct tape the zip ties as well, because that plastic, and especially the ends, will start to rub into the bag and potentially wear them out, cutting them open, and then you've got a leaky sandbag. So duct taping over that is an important step. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to basically fold this guy down, right? Just like that. And then we'll actually close up the shell through this process that's up next. All right, guys, so this is where your 2-inch metal ring comes in. We're basically going to gather up any excess material of the shell, and we're going to try and stuff it through this 2-inch ring and then create a choke point. So you're going to see me wrestling with this a little bit, but understand. Okay, we managed to wrestle all of that extra material through that ring. You probably noticed that once I got the material started through the ring, I then just started basically pulling the material almost like I'm trying to spread it out, like so. You're going to take this lacrosse ball, put it right there in the center of the ring. From here, we're actually going to take the excess sandbag, or the shell itself, and we're going to fold that up around that lacrosse ball. And once that's done, we're going to zip tie it, and in fact we'll double zip tie it just to make sure it's nice and secure. So there's number one. We'll get our second. We've got both zip ties on there. Like I said about the zip tie on the shells, I'm sorry, the liner bags, we're going to want to duct tape around that, and then we're pretty much done. That's it. I'll do duct tape, we'll do a final walk around, and then we'll call it a day. And you guys can get to work with this big heavy guy. All right, so it's all finished, guys. Everything's secure up top. Nice, tight, compressed sandbag. I did put a couple strips around the middle. Sometimes that helps with just support, but honestly, with this bag in particular, it was primarily just to keep these straps locked down. Sluis might end up just cutting these, or doing what he wants to with it, but I think this is going to come in right at about 50 bucks. A great versatile tool for a pretty low price tag. We actually have this identical bag that was one of our very first sandbags at TCS, and we've been open for about 7 years and have had 0 issues with it. So I think, honestly, especially if you're doing garage gym workouts here at home, this is going to more than do the job for you guys. And again, if you ever want to do some extra or some additional stuff, change the weights out, you could get a set of these and have a really good I guess spectrum of sandbag weights that you can use for different pieces. So awesome tool, great value. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have questions about how to construct your own, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you back here for the next how-to video. Who knows what that's going to be, but enjoy this one.